chirpy, Chantel. Your arm's looking better. What's been happening?
Oh, I've got a concert with my choir and I'm the best singer, so I want to make sure everyone knows it. I even have a solo.
A solo? Well, you do have a great voice. What other parts are you singing tonight with your choir?
Oh, none. I'm just doing my solo. I can't be bothered to learn the other songs.
Chantel, have you ever thought about helping your choir sound even better by using your talents to share with everybody and lifting them up and singing all the songs?
What? And lose out on my chance at fame? No way!
Well, Chantel, did you know that Jesus had all he could ever want, but he actually gave it up for us?
What do you mean?
Well, Jesus was human, just like us, but he was also divine, which meant he was God too.
Wow! He was God? He must have had the best parties.
Yeah, he was God, but instead of taking everything he could have, he chose to give it all up, to be humble and to give his life for us so that we could be lifted up and that we could be brought closer to God.
I don't quite understand. How did that do any good?
That's a great question. In Philippians, Paul teaches us that Jesus, in his humility, chose to listen to God, to be obedient to God, and in doing so, he gave up his life. But the reason he gave up his life was so that we could be forgiven and that we could be brought back closer to God.
Wow, that's a big ask.
It was like he used his voice to bring the whole choir together and make them stronger. Very, very, very big ask. And the amazing thing is because Jesus didn't forget us and just do his own thing, he forgave us so that we can all be friends with God and so that everybody can be part of God's family.
I'd love to ask some of our friends about this. Can we?
Absolutely, Chantel. I think that's a great idea. Let's go.
Hi David, how are you today?
I'm well, thanks, Chantel. So good to see you.
You too. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
Okay, first question. What does it mean to be humble?
Oh, it means to put others before yourself. And it means to think of yourself less, not think of less of yourself.
When was the time that God taught you to be humble?
Oh, certainly having kids has taught me about humility. It's taught me how selfish I am and how often I think of myself. And it's taught me to maybe think of others first, think of my kids, think of their well-being before I take care of myself.
And last question, how does Jesus' humility help you stand united with God?
Jesus is my example. Jesus came down to earth from heaven to live as one of us. He could have stayed up in heaven where everything was fine and everything was good, but instead he came down into our world where sometimes Jesus was bullied, sometimes Jesus was accused of things that he didn't actually do, but instead he continued to serve people. Sometimes people rejected him, sometimes even the people who helped him forgot about him. And Jesus was betrayed by his friends, but he still forgave them because Jesus was so humble and gracious. And that tells me all about Jesus' humility.
Awesome answers, David. Thank you.
Thanks, Chantel. See you later.
See ya.
Hi Kim, how are you today?
Chantel, it's so good to see you. Looking well.
Yeah. Can I ask you a few questions? What does it mean to be humble?
Or humble. I guess humility is putting yourself underneath others and not elevating yourself to higher places. Yeah.
And how does Jesus' humility help you stand united with God?
Well, Chantel, my picture of Jesus is Jesus surrounded by crowds of people. Jesus didn't ever seek out the leaders of the community and the people in high places. He sought out the people that were downtrodden and sick and people that were often thought of as being less worthy. And to me, that's true humility. And that to me makes me want to be more like Jesus because of that's how he conducted himself. and that's the place that God put him. So to me, that's what God wants of us as well.
Wow, Kim, thanks. See you next time.
Bye, Chantel. Look after yourself.
How good was that, Chantel?
It was awesome. Thanks, Zoe. I called my music teacher and asked for a copy of all the other songs so I can sing with the group tonight.
That's such a great idea. I'm so glad to hear. Well, I better let you to go and practice, but I would love to come and hear you sing tonight with all your friends at the concert. Would that be okay?
Sounds great.
All right, and we'll catch up next week and do some more about Philippians. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.